Right here. Getting some starting lineups here, getting ready to get started this morning. Thanks for tuning in on a brisk Sunday morning. Did they just say starting forward? Get the national anthem out of the way. All right, starting lineups. Got the national anthem out of the way. Starting lineup this morning is going to be Reichert's, Bushbaum, Caldwell, Buchanan, and Tompkins. Getting ready to get started here. If you didn't get to watch last night, Waterloo fell 4-2. Caldwell wins it back. Tompkins chips it up for Reichert's. Can't connect a pass. Buchanan will take over, charging forward. Kansas City to the far side, around behind Graveman. Tompkins looking for an exit. Shot comes in, and Graveman will hold on, get a face-off to his left, or to his right, rather. My left. Change of personnel. Rasty wins it over. Harn can't gather it up. Up to the point, and that was going to drift out of the zone for Kansas City. Poked loose by Loeb. Loeb and Buchanan. Buchanan with a point-blank shot. Couldn't get it off in time. Sits in front in the slot. Puck still loose. Travels behind the net. Buchanan gathers it up to the point for Harn. Harn back down to Buchanan. Buchanan works it a little bit farther to Loeb. Loeb chips it in front. Nobody home. Rose sends it again behind the net. Buchanan chases. Kansas City will not clear. Harn holds the line. Around the far side, Kansas City will pick it up. Couple turns back to Rowe. Rowe will hold on to it. He's going to send it in. Another shot goes wide. Kansas City back the other way. Reichert's cross ice pass for Buchan. Buchan will go for a skate. Low shot sticked away by Krugel, I believe, is the goalie again this morning. That's going to be icing on the Jets, back into the Jet zone. Buchan and Tompkins will be your defensemen. Caldwell wins it back to Tompkins. Tompkins fires it in. That one's deflected off stick of number 5. Down to Hild. Hild to Caldwell. Caldwell sends one just wide of the post. Tompkins can't hold his own. It's going to be a foot race. Tompkins is going to be shouldered off in the corner. Caldwell kicks it up to Reichertz. Reichertz looking for somewhere to go. Finds Hild breaking through the neutral zone. 2-on-3. Hild has it chipped off of his stick. Buchan can't hold the zone on the far side. Across center ice. He'll bring it in. Rolls just off the edge of his stick. Kansas City will take over. Cross ice outlet pass. Shot for Graveman. Quick glove, and he'll hold it for a faceoff to his left. Rasty wins it to Harn. Harn tries to kick it out. Buchan was breaking, looking for an outlet pass. Loeb on the close boards, can't clear it. Rowe to Harn. Harn will bring it out. Kicks it in the neutral zone, looking for Kale breaking through. Some more bad passing for the Waterloo squad. Ends up in lots of turnovers. Into the slot. Can't connect a pass. Chipped up for Loeb. Loeb looking to clear it. Cannot. Deflected off a stick of Kansas City, and they'll kick it back in. Buchan will send it around. Meet some resistance behind the net. Loeb's going to send it the length of the ice. Knocked down on the play. Kansas City wins it back. Shot deflected by Buchan. He trips it up for Bushbaum. Bushbaum can't quite get there. Caldwell's going to send it in deep. I'm good. Thanks. Caldwell tripped up. Ice must be extra slippery this morning. Sent around for Reichertz. Reichertz can't get to it. Buchan behind his own net. Pass deflected on the way through. Pad save for Graveman. Bushbaum kicks it into the neutral zone. Had Reichertz breaking through with him. Couldn't get a pass. Buchan makes 2 miss. Up to Caldwell. Buchan once again from behind his own net. Had Caldwell breaking through. Came off of his stick. Pass deflected. That one's going to clear the zone. KC will have to touch up. They're going to bring it back in. Tompkins on the far boards. Buchan looking to chip it out. Shot from the point goes wide. Loeb with a quick touch, and then another shot around the back side of the net. Tompkins on the far side looking to clear, and does. That's going to be a foot race. 2-on-1. No icing called. Buchan will pick it up. Harn sends one in. Low shot, pad save. Another shot comes in. Puck loose in front. Krug will grab it and hold on. Shots even at 3, Waterloo and Kansas City. I'm not sure if it's a little more pep today or if Kansas City is a little lacking, but Waterloo looks like to be a little faster today. Just need to start connecting some more of those passes. Good touch by Harn to slow down the break. Harn swings it back the other way and out. Low pushes it towards the net. Buchan comes in looking for the goalie to make a bad play or release. We'll get Coots, Hild, and Hall, and we're gonna leave Harn and Rowe on the outside. Nice step by Harn, deflected in front by Coots. Hild holds it on the midboards in the corner. Hall's in the center. Can't connect to that one. Will be icing. Oh, icing's going to be waved off. They're going to call a tip. That one, jumping puck, jumps all the way back into the Kansas City zone. He'll turn and swing it out. That's going to leave the playing surface. We'll get a face-off just outside the Kansas City zone. Kansas City wins it back. Caldwell with some pressure. Waterloo sends it back the other way. Just a dump pass that ends up on the Kansas City stick, and they're going to send it back in. Bushbaum tries to find Caldwell, breaking through with some speed. That one's shut off by Kansas City defense. Reichertz drops in below the goal line. Caldwell pushes it in front. Had Bushbaum breaking through the slot. Pass intercepted by a Kansas City defenseman. And they exit the zone. That notorious Kansas City Jets centering pass was off its mark. Couldn't get a shot off, left the zone, and then they kicked it back in offside, or just past the red line, so that'll be icing on Kansas City. 10 minutes left in the first. Low, Bracey, and Buchan. Buchan picks it up in the inboards. Up to Harn. Harn makes one miss. Kicks it back up to his stick. To Buchan in the slot. Sends one in just on the side. I'm not sure where the goalie even played that one. In the arm crease, it looked like. I don't think he got a glove on it. Face off for Racy again. Loeb in his matchup trying to sneak in on the back. Racy wins it back to Harn. Harn flings one towards the net. Krugel will glove it and hold on again. Face off to his left. Racy once again wins it back to Harn. Harn tries to just shovel it deep, and that one's going to be Graveman comes up with a big save. Kansas City, looked like Kansas City had a guy hanging out at the opposite blue line. A great outlet pass high off the glass. Almost in alone, Rowe and Harn got back to break everything down. Caldwell wins it back off the glass. Shot deflected. That's going to travel behind the net. Caldwell trying to break through. They're going to be off sides. Have to touch up before they can go back in. Reichertz now drops in with some pressure. Cross ice pass for Kansas City. Big hit by Buchan. That's going to be a penalty. Icing is going to be the call, and Buchan's going to go for roughing. So interference. 2 minutes for interference. Not sure why that's not in the zone. Race Buchan, Loeb, and Harn on your penalty kill. Kansas City sends one up on the far side of the blue line, circling back around. Pass broken up by Racy. Loeb's going to send that one in, almost off the referee, or linesman rather. Kansas City starts to back out, far side. Cross ice pass. Shot, glove saved by Graveman. Loeb will clear once again. Rowe with some good pressure. Harn will take it and send it back the other way. Caldwell races for it. He's got it first, looking for Buchan. Buchan puts it away! Short-handed goal for Waterloo. Logan Caldwell to Cale Buchan. What a great pass. Waterloo's on the board first with a short-handed goal. Caldwell wins it back. Tompkins will send it in deep. Caldwell drop in for some pressure. Kansas City across the goal or across the neutral zone. And they'll send it out. Caldwell once again, it's going to be a foot race. Caldwell is going to get to it. Looking for Buchan again. Caldwell tackled on the play. Into the slot. Kansas City looking for somebody up to the point. They're going to work it around. Harn buries it in the corner. And now Waterloo is going to take another penalty for holding. Waterloo will be 5-on-3. This will be interesting. 9 seconds is all they need to hold them off to be back to 5-on-4. Kansas City wins it back to the point. He'll walk the line to the high slot, back to the point as they work it around the outside. Pass deflected. Buchan comes out of the zone, or comes out of the penalty box and picks up a deflected puck. Buchan with another big hit. They'll set up in their defense. Puck travels all the way around the backside, wrapped around into the high slot. Shot deflected. Racy with a block. Buchan and Racy will get a line change. Caldwell with some pressure. Knocks the puck loose and then goes down. Waterloo will get not a power play quite yet, but we'll go 4-on-4 for the next minute, and then we'll be 52 seconds on the power play. Caldwell, Reichertz, Buchan, and Harn. Caldwell won it back up to Harn. Harn over to Buchan. Buchan can't hold a hot pass. Puck gets chipped down low. Puck left behind the Kansas City net. Breaking into the neutral zone. Across the blue line, Harn picks up a defense forward, or a forward breaking through. Buchan looking for Reichertz. Finds him on the far side. Reichertz stapled to the boards. Puck across the crease, looking for Harn, bouncing through. Cross for Buchan. Buchan looking for a shot. That one's going to be deflected off of a pad. Be a foot race now. Harn will pick it up. Over to Caldwell. Caldwell has Racy and Harn breaking through the slot. Warriors on a power play. That one's going to travel all the way back to Graveman. Pushed aside, left for Tompkins. Tompkins takes a look. Buchan will bring it up. All the way into the zone. He'll wrap down and around. Racy in the slot, looking for Buchan. That's going to be sent all the way out and around. Foot race. Kansas City pulls up. Tompkins from behind his own net. Leaves it for Buchan. Buchan with some speed through the neutral zone. Into the slot. Shot off the post again. Harn shuts it down at the back over to Buchan. Buchan chips it around. Finds Loeb in the slot. Takes over. Buchan wrapped up and thrown to the ground. We'll go back on a power play. Waterloo showing a little bit of signs of life this morning. Caldwell, Racy, Reichertz, Buchan, and Harn as your defenseman. Reichertz on the far side. Caldwell walks in, fires one. Buchan can't get to it. Karam off of the corner. Kansas City with some pressure in the zone. Up to Buchan. Buchan sends it in, tries to wrap it around. That one's not going to have the mustard to get there. Kansas City will clear it. Harn will shut it off right at the blue, just outside the blue line. Lackadaisical play by Harn ends up in a turnover. Caldwell brings it back in. Looking to set up some defense. That was going to travel outside the zone. Waterloo will have to touch up. Waterloo just needs to settle down a little bit and play their game. Harn slow rolls in. Wrap around looking for Caldwell on the far side. Down to Reichert's in the corner. Back up to Caldwell. Caldwell to Buchan. Buchan back to Caldwell. Caldwell walks in. Buchan in the high slot. Shot deflected high off the back of the net. Caldwell, a sprawling Krugel, can't get a glove on it. That one still travels high up over the net into the glass. Buchan to Tompkins. Tompkins looking for Coots, tries to slow roll it through. Kansas, this is not the team to slow roll anything. Rowe over to Tompkins. Tompkins looking to break through. 15 seconds left in the penalty kill, or the power play rather, for Waterloo. Tompkins with some speed breaks in. He's just going to send it down low, tries to find Buchan in the corner. Buchan comes away with it. Sends one towards the net. Tompkins holds his own. Loeb over to help out. Loeb behind the net with some pressure. That one's going to get out to Kansas City. Kansas City on a break. Rowe shuts down the breakaway. Caught him from behind. Definitely got a stick in there to help out. Pass over to Rowe. Rowe looking for Loeb at the crease. Loeb sends it back to the corner. Rowe looks hurt on the far side, trying to get away from the play. Reichert swings it around, looking for somebody. Nobody home. Reichert's will bring it up into the Kansas City zone. Shovels it towards the net. Looking maybe for a rebound or something. 53 seconds left to go in the first. Waterloo up by 1. Kansas City wins the draw. They're going to try to send it deep. Buchan holds on to it. Gets a glove on it, throws it to the ice, and pushes it back to the corner. Oh my gosh, deflected by Buchan, 2-on-1. Oh, and Warriors get lucky with an offside call. Carter Buchan with a mishandle. Could have ended up in a 2-on-0 against Graveman. Rasty set to take the draw. Buchan breaks through, still controlling the puck. Harassed, looks like he got hit from behind or something. Went down oddly. They're going to send that into the corner. 22 seconds left to go. Harn cross-checked into the corner. 2-on-1. Rasty takes the shot. Krugel gets a glove on it. Buchan right there for a rebound. Puck laid loose for just a second. Buchan was on it. No whistle yet. 12 seconds left to tick off in the first. We'll stack a line for the next 12. Over to Buchan. Buchan walks in. Shot deflected. Harn sends one in. That one's going to be deflected. 2 seconds left. And that'll do it for the first period. Waterloo go to locker room up by 1. We'll take a second here at the first intermission to recognize our franchise sponsors for the 2025 season. Waterloo West High Athletic Booster Club, Farm Bureau Financial Taylor Zimmerman, Iowa Metal Recycling, Linda Gienow, Lindgren Glass, Pratt's Pest Control, Standard Distribution, Tina Miller Woodsmall, Dennis and Elaine Loeb, Loeb Farms, Pat Kinsinger, B&D Drywall, Southridge Dental, Dan and Lisa Putbreeze, Marilyn Payne, Tracy Putbreeze, 5 Seasons Tire, MC Inc., American Pattern and CNC Works, Bayer Motorsports LLC, Natural Glow, Kurt Gross, Double A Management, Jeff and Pam Coots, Dolores White, Roger and Sandy Schoonover, Ronan Industries, KCH Properties, Highway 63 Diner, Jerry and Judy Buchan, Racy Appraisals Incorporated, Racy Reynolds, and Community Chevrolet of Cedar Falls. We appreciate your support for the 25-26 season. We'll be back after a resurface. Second period. Getting ready for the second period here. We're having a face-off to see who gets to the ice first. Seems like it might be a little chillier in the arena today. They're ready to start him off here. Caldwell set to take the draw. Wins it through. Reicherts tries to work in. That was a travel right to the side. Krugel will hold on. Waterloo into the slot. Finds Bushbaum. Backhand just wide of the post. Up to the point. Buchan holds his own. Chips it back in. Has Reicherts in the corner. Reicherts back up to Buchan. That was going to jump just past him. It's going to be a foot race. Tompkins. Brody Lee fires one off the post. 2-on-1 developing. Late pass to Bushbaum, can't connect. Kansas City will take over. Exit the zone on the far side. Buchan back in, he loses a stick. Hopefully that one's not broken. Harn will pick it up in his own zone. Another mishandle. Ends up in a turnover for Waterloo. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Shot to the stomach area. Graven will hold on. Face off to the left of Graven. Kansas City wins it back just outside the zone. No icing. Buchan gets there first, looking for somebody in front. Makes a quick turn, couple quick turns. Trying to find Rowe breaking through. He's bumped off the play. Harn holds his own. He's going to chip it in. Got Rasty on the far side. Chips it in deeper. Loeb behind the net. Comes out front. Rasty with a quick shot, deflected wide. Kansas City will clear. Waterloo sends it right back in. That was going to be deflected towards the net, just wide into the corner. Loeb with pressure out into the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Harn will have to chase it down. Kansas City brings it out of the corner to the side of the net. Rasty kicks it around. Waterloo can't grab hold of it. Racy comes out with it up to Hild off of his skate. Buchan sends it out, trying to clear. All the way around up to the point. Loeb kicks it away on a breakaway. Looking to go low side. Savion Hild tries to push his way through. Caldwell steps in. Makes a quick pass. That one's going to go the length of the ice. We're going to say no icing. Graveman touched it to the side and has it picked up by Tompkins. Tompkins works his way into the neutral zone. Kansas City kicks it back. Oh my gosh. Graveman stepped out to play it off. Weird carom off the end boards. Traveled right through the crease. There's a hook. Not called. Buchan works into the corner. And they're going to send them both. Coincidental minors, Buchan and Whitrock will go for take two for roughing. They'll be able to come back and play after 11:15 and a whistle. Still skate 5-on-5. Loeb, Buchan, Rasty. Rowe and Harn are your defensemen. Rasty set to take the draw. That one travels up almost into the neutral zone. Sent around behind. Buchan trying to kick it loose. Looking for some room. Shot high over Graveman. Back into the corner for Jets. Harn and Rasty. That one's going to be up off the boards. That'll travel outside the zone. Harn shuts down the exiting pass. That one's going to be on net. Krugel will hold on. Waterloo take the opportunity, get a shift change. Coots, Hild, and Hall. Coots wins it back for Harn. Harn sidesteps, walks in. Looking for a shot. Centering pass, maybe? Oh, Coots had it on his opposite side. Rowe works in the far boards. Harn can't quite get to it. He'll pick it up in the corner. Chips it up and out of the zone. Rowe again sends it out. Jets will have to touch up. Send it back in. Rowe turns and sends it the length of the ice. No icing. Waterloo looking for a shift change. Kansas City drops in. That one's going to hit the skates of Mason Harn. Looking for an exit. Reichert shuts down the rush. Reichert shuts it down again. Hild now. Hild has some room to skate. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Works into the slot. Oh, off the inboards. Iverson can't hold the zone. It's going to be a foot race. Caldwell will bring it around. Shot off the inboards. Not really looking for a shot, more of a chip around, I think. Tompkins holds his own for just a second. Iverson will go over and grab it. Looking for Caldwell breaking. It's going to be a blocker save for Graveman. Reichert chips it back below the goal line. Tompkins will bring it up. Pass to Bushbaum held at the blue line. 3 Warriors in there, 4 Jets. Caldwell chips it back out. Kansas City will bring it in off sides. Coincidental minors expire. Carter Buchan back in the lineup. Sent towards the net. Harn's there to pick it up. Oh, had Buchan on the stretch pass all alone. Great look by Mason Harn. Cale Buchan just kind of hung out in the neutral zone. Harn collected it up and looked for the stretch pass. Couldn't connect. But Buchan must have something wrong with his skates. Looked like he went down. Took a bad edge or something. Maybe a learn to skate session is in store. That one gets all the way to him. Rebound, and Kansas City couldn't put it away. Chipped back up, looking for Buchan again on that stretch pass. Buchan would have been on his horse. 2-on-0. Graveman comes up with a big save to keep Kansas City off the boards. Off of the board, rather. Caldwell set to take the draw. Leaves it on the dot. Buchan has a little bit of room. He'll skate it up. Pass to Reichertz to Hild. Had it left. That's going to be a 3-on. Oh, Waterloo gets back. Good stick by Tompkins to deflect the pass. Shot comes in, deflected off of a couple sticks. Reichertz chips it to the midboards. Looking for that centering pass. Graveman with a couple of good saves there. Now we got a broken stick. Savion Hill trying to drive through. Sends it to the midboards. And Kansas City will clear. Tompkins will send it back in deep into the corner. Reichertz will chase. Back up and out into center ice. Glove save for Graveman. Shots evened up at 14. Waterloo still up by 1 goal. 8:50 left in the second period. Rasty wins it back. Harn will bring it around the outside. Kansas City takes over. Outlet pass for Buchan. Buchan's got a little bit of room. Looking for somebody, anybody. Shot up off the side. Kansas City back the other way with some speed. Rasty picks it up. He'll kick it back out. Hits a linesman on its exit. Jets back in the far side. Pass across the crease, doesn't connect. Loeb chips it up and around. Loeb's got some room to skate. Trying to get there. Might have been hooked on the play. Couldn't tell for sure. Rowe tries to send it back out. That's going to be deflected off some pads and deeper into the Waterloo zone. He'll turn looking for some help. Finds Buchan on the far side, or close boards in the mid. Buchan with a 1-on-3, can't get anywhere. Graveman will grab it and hold on. Scoots off with a stick of a Jets player. Caldwell wins it back. Buchan stepped in and would have came right to his stick. Pass deflected by Bush, or a shot deflected by Bushbaum. Kansas City's going to be offsides. Nope, they are not going to be offsides. Got to hold on to it, boys. Centering pass. Deflected, chipped around by Caldwell. Caldwell's got some room. 2-on-1 over to Reichertz. Reichertz off of the post. Oh my gosh. Kansas City gets lucky again. Caldwell working on the far side. Oh, Tompkins rather. Shot. Loose, still loose in front. Bushbaum turned away. Should have went right to the net. Puck bouncing in front of Krugel. Might have had a chance to tuck it away. Coots, Hild, and Hall. Kansas City wins it back. Hild steps in. He'll come out of the corner with it. Works to the front, shoveled toward the net. Sticked away by Krugel. Hild again trying to work behind the net. Rowe breaks up a pass, and Waterloo will send it back in. Off of the inboards. Coots with some pressure. Nice hit by Kellen Coots. High stick called. Shot comes in front, off the side of the net. Couple big saves by Graveman. Back around the outside. Waterloo comes away with it. Hall sends it in. Big save. Rowe looking to put it away. Couldn't connect it. Buchan will pick it up to the point. Off the stick. That one's going to flutter up into the protective netting at the inboards. 5:43 left to go in the second. Lincoln Graveman coming up with some great saves to keep the Kansas City Jets off of the scoreboard. Buchan, Racy, Loeb. Kansas City will win it back. Off the boards. Carter Buchan sends it towards the net. Kale sends it around, almost off the pad and in. That'll come just outside the zone. Buchan will send it back in and around. Loeb on the far side gets to it first. No help. Iverson will hold the zone. Sends it back in. Tries to send it back in deep. Kansas City will clear. Buchan to the far side. Centering pass doesn't connect for Kansas City. Shot. Kick save by Jagger Rasty. Cale Buchan dumped once again. Iverson tripped on the play. Shot travels across the crease for Kansas City. Back around behind Graveman. Iverson there to help out. Iverson and Rasty work in the corner. Centering pass. Graveman got a stick on it, so it didn't get all the way through. Gets a glove on it and holds on. Caldwell steps in to take the draw. That one's going to sit on the dot. They'll come away with it. Pushed away by Rowe. Back to the stick of Rowe. He'll take it around the backside of his own net. into the corner. Bushbaum, Caldwell. And now we're going to get a hook. Waterloo will go on a penalty kill. Grady Rowe sit for 2 minutes for hooking. Puck comes to the side. Buchan can't get his stick out from behind the other player to play the puck. Tompkins to the midboards. Kale Buchan with some pressure. Working on the far side to the high slot. Almost had a pick. To the high slot. Caldwell gathers it up, looking for somewhere to go. No call on the play there. Another big save for Graveman. Deflection, that was going to be sent out all the way down. Get a shift change here. Racy with some pressure. Buchan steps in with some pressure. Harassed on the play. They're going to have to wait to come in the zone. Tompkins from behind his own net looking to send it, and does. Has Racy on the out. Nice play by Jagger Racy. Puts Waterloo up by 2. Another shorthanded goal for Waterloo. That's their second of the day. Sneak out past the defense and Racy just took the chip, took it all the way in and around Krugel to put Waterloo up by 2. Shorthanded goal for Waterloo. Kansas City will come away with it. Sent down. Should have been a high stick. Caldwell looking to gather it up. A lot of pressure by Logan Caldwell. Kansas City will clear. Mason Harn gets to it first. He's going to chip it up to the midboards, looking for a clear, and it does. Kansas City offsides again. 8 seconds left to go in the penalty kill for Waterloo. Kansas City wins it back. Pass deflected by Loeb. That'll be a carom shot off the boards right onto the net. Kansas City will bring it out into the neutral zone. That should be icing, but that'll get waved off. Racy picks it up out of the corner. Finds Loeb. Loeb will bring it up into the zone, drops it for Buchan. Buchan looks to work through 2. Loeb looking for the wraparound. That one's going to get stuck on the back of the net. Oh, it comes out. That one will go the length of the ice. That'll be icing. Buchan back to touch it up. And that'll be it's going to go to the right side of Krugel. 1:20 left in the second. Caldwell pushed it through. There'll be another icing on Kansas City. Maybe looking just to get out of the period. Caldwell tied up on the faceoff. Reichertz drops in to help out below the goal line. Ends up right at the side of the net. Bushbaum sends it back in. Waterloo have to touch up for the offsides. Reichertz with some pressure. That's offsides again. Kansas City offside. Tompkins up in it on the play. 51 left to go in the second. Some great outlet passes by Waterloo today to hit Buchan and Rasty on the breakaways. Kansas City wins it back. They're going to send it in deep. Harn shuts it off short. He'll chip it up and out. Has Rasty breaking. Buchan with him on the far side. Can't get the pass through. Stretch pass. Kansas City runs into his own player. Loeb and Buchan with pressure. Kansas City exit. Harn picks it up. Harn will pick him up in the corner. Racy there to help out. Harn comes away with it. Left behind the net. Somebody get to him. That one travels just outside the zone. We'll go to locker room. Waterloo 2, Jets 0. Be back in about 15 minutes, get a fresh surface. We're back. Third period here. Waterloo up by 2. Caldwell to start him off. Wins it back. Tompkins to the close boards, tied up. Into the neutral zone. Kansas City comes away with it. Looking for the puck. We're going to get a interference call. Tompkins with the interference? Looked like just a bunch of chaos down there. Evidently, referee Cox saw something different. Buchanan and Racy will come out. Harns tries to get it cleared into the high slot. Blocker save for, I'm not sure if it was a blocker save or if that was just a shot that went wide. Harn trying to gather it up. Kansas City below the goal line. Harn working in the corner, trying to come away with it. Kansas City walks into the side. They're going to kick it back out, up to the point. A lot of pressure by Harn. Racy on the close boards. That one's going to get chipped out. Buchanan one-on-one. Shot just wide of the post. Comes back through. Buchanan will swing it to the far side. Chips it up and out. Looking for a shift change. Reichertz will step back out. Cross ice pass intercepted by Carter Buchanan. Taken by Caldwell. Caldwell can't get a handle on it. Hits Buchanan. Buchanan will bring it back. Sends it back in deep. Reichertz will chase. Off of the skates of Caldwell. Still in the Kansas City zone. Kansas City finally gets it clear. Well wide of the net. Iverson on the far side. Shot comes back in. Stick save for Graveman. Caldwell sends it down. That's going to wrap all the way around to the far boards. Reichertz is there to pick it up. Tries to bury it in the corner. Kansas City will come away with it to the midboards and back out. Harn holds it for just a second and sends it back in deep. 3 seconds. Waterloo back to full strength. Tompkins slides in, crosses the red line. He's going to send it in. Buchanan will chase to the midboards. Loeb sends it to Racy in front of the net all alone. Buchanan can't get enough stick on it. Kicks it out to the point. That one's going to be deflected in front. Harn now sends one in off the glove of Krugel into the corner. Harn tries to get a skate on it. Still in the Waterloo zone. Buchanan can't hold it. Or Rowe, actually. Harn across the red line. Weird bounce off the stanchion, travels into the slot. Waterloo not quite fast enough to get there. Buchanan all alone. Caldwell steps in to help out. Stretch pass for Kansas City. They'll tap it just inside the zone. Take a look to the skates of Buchanan. Buchanan tries to push through. Back the other way. Caldwell works across. Kansas City back into the Waterloo zone. Looking for a centering pass. Graveman gets a pad on it. Brushes to the side. Up to Caldwell. Or up to actually, that's Hild. Hild will take a hit. Reichertz holds his own for just a second. Quad City's back the other way. Buchan looking for a hit. Quad City's tries to enter the zone. They're going to be offsides. Has to retreat. Graveman sticks it to this corner. Caldwell takes a look around. Up to Hild. Hild through center ice. Back the other way, off the boards. Caldwell looking to gather it up. 1-on-2, has Hild with him. Pulls up, waits for the cavalry. Buchan slides through in the high slot. Some more of those bad passes. That one's going to leave the playing surface on the far side. Logan Caldwell, always 150% skater. Buchan, Loeb, and Rasty. Buchan and Rasty with the only 2 goals today. Buchan drives to the corner. Up to Harn. Harn wires one through. Blocker save. Almost screened by his own player. That one travels in. Harn will pick it up behind his own net. To Loeb on the close boards. That one's going to be taken away. Pass in front. And a shot. Ends up going 5-hole. Puts Kansas City on the board. Brody Lee with a goal. Lincoln Graveman owning that one. Just a bad angle or just one of those things. You're not going to block them all. Caldwell wins it back. Buchan will bring it across. He's going to hard wrap for Reichertz. Reichertz doesn't quite get to it in time. 3-on-2 developing for Kansas City. Shot travels just wide. Brody Lee looking for another tip. Kansas City with a little pressure as of late. 11-12 left to go. Wins it back. Quick shot. Graveman's going to hold on. Kansas City wins it back. Kale steps in. Can't control it. That was going to come out to the point. Shot wired in. Deflected in front. Travels to the corner. We're going to get a high stick. That one's going to be outside the zone. All the way down. Rasty wins it to the far boards. To the point. Shot deflected in front. Loeb looking for somewhere to go. Has Rasty in front. Can't connect. Rowe holds his own. Kansas City sends it all the way down. Icing is called. Back into the Kansas City zone. To the far boards. Kansas City will try to clear. Rowe will hold it. Harn already had retreated, thinking that there was going to be an exit pass. Rowe to the midboards for Buchan. Buchan works around. He's got Rasty with him. To Rasty. Rasty can't find the back of the net this time. Over to Rowe. Rowe sends it down, hits a body in front. Kansas City back the other way. Rowe turns, tries to clear. Buchan's got some room to skate. Loeb with him this time. Nice move by Buchan. Ended up with a upended player. I think he might be out of gas. Caldwell almost had a pocket picked. Buchan now will pick it up in his own zone. Chip back the other way. That's that backward dump pass to nobody. Tompkins gets a couple of pads on it. Keeps him from getting to his goalie. Caldwell works in the corner. Hild on the far boards. Looking for Reichert's on the exit. That one's going to hit a player on the bench, and we'll get a face-off outside the zone. 9:14 left to go. Waterloo clinging to a one-goal lead. Caldwell, Reicherts, and Hild. Caldwell tries to push it through. In with some pressure. Buchan creates offside scenario. Caldwell wins it back. Tompkins tries to send it the length. Foot race. Big hit by Buchan, and he's going to go again. That was a clean hit. Oh my gosh. Buchan steps up with a clean hit. Called once again for roughing. I think that kid's going to lead the league in penalty minutes here pretty quick. Puts Waterloo on a penalty kill once again. Kansas City around the backside, up to the point. Rasty almost had it picked at the blue line. Shot comes in well wide. That one might travel outside the zone. Rowe intercepts a pass. That's icing. Opposite side of the blue line. Can't clear the zone. Over to the point. Shot's going to come in. Buchan sends it the length of the ice. He'll go for a lot of Waterloo will go for a change. That'll bring out Caldwell, Tompkins, and Reicherts. Cross ice pass for Kansas City. Reicherts goes down. Harn sends it out. To the inboards. Tompkins takes a look and he'll send it out. Caldwell's going to race to it. McAfee goes down. Where about the interference there? Whistle after the play. Not sure what if it went up in the got chipped up into the netting. Face-off will be to the right of Graveman. 2 seconds left to go in the penalty kill for the Warriors. Done a great job of penalty kills and actually scored both of their goals on a penalty kill. Varsity set to take it. Big shot from just inside the point for Kansas City. Pad save for Graveman. Kansas City will work it back in. Shot deflected off of Harn to the end boards. Can't quite connect to Loeb. That one's going to go down for icing. Buchan, Varsity, Loeb. Harn and Rowe are your defensemen. Back up to the point. Loeb rushes out. Can't get it deflected. Graveman sticks his pads to the ice. .638 left to go. A lot of time for hockey. Lots of things can happen. Caldwell tied up on the faceoff. Puck's going to sit on the dot. Kansas City will come away with it. Up to the point. Pad save. Caldwell looking for Bushbaum. Quick stop and turnaround. That one's going to go down for icing. Waterloo looks like they're taking some quick shifts this morning, trying to keep legs fresh. That one's one right to Krugel. Krugel sticks to the side. Kansas City back the other way. Harn does a good job of dislodging the puck. Varsity steps in. Kansas City is going to take another penalty. Waterloo on the power play. Kansas City go for a trip. And in Curran. 2 minutes for tripping. Waterloo on the power play. Kick to the corner, back up to the point for Carter Buchan. Carter sends it across for Harn. Harn to Buchan. Buchan's got a little bit of room. Got Varsity in the slot. Buchan and Caldwell will play catch. Up to Harn. Over to Buchan. Buchan's got some room. Found Varsity in the slot. Goalie without a stick now. Caldwell works around. Gonna walk all the way in. Buchan with a little bit of room. Shot off of some skates, and Harn will get a stick on it. Goalie will get his stick back. Cale Buchan races through. Pushes it down below the goal line. Kansas City will grab it. Varsity steps in. Comes out front. just outside the zone. Waterloo will have to clear. Harn steps in and wraps it around for Caldwell. Caldwell tries to chip it back down low, has it dislodged from his stick. Out front for Rasty. Can't connect. Jets will send it the length, and they're going to charge for it. Kansas City will get to it first. Mason Harn not skating. Buchan gets through two. Into the slot. Finds Reichert's in front. I'm not sure how he got a pad on that one. Kansas City will send it back down. Tompkins will chase. Jets kill off the penalty. Over to Reichert's. Reichert's looking to exit. Through center ice. Gets around two off the inboards. Had Bushbaum breaking on the close side, on the far side. Into the slot and around. Great save by Graveman. Sliding pad save up to Reichert's. Reichert's back in the zone into the slot. Works through. Again off the inboards. Bushbaum chips it back in. Catches an edge and goes down. Graveman will get a glove on it. Hold on. 3 minutes to go in the game. Looks like we're going to have Buchan, Rasty, and Caldwell change up lines a little bit. Buchan creeping in from the backside. Caldwell comes away with it. He's going to send it all the way around. Has Rasty on the close boards. Buchan breaking through. Buchan comes away with it. Rasty tries to get it in front. It looks like Krugel might have got a stick on it to shut down the centering pass. Kansas City actually back through the neutral zone. Shot wide. Graveman wasn't prepared for that any closer, and that would have been that might have ended up in a goal for Kansas City. Kansas City wraps it around. Reichert's will come away with it. Back into the neutral zone. Has Loeb on the close boards. Tries to get a pass. That one's going to be deflected by Kansas City. Carter Buchan around his own net with some speed. Into the neutral zone. Through a couple defenders. Had Hild in the slot. Possibly looking for a pass. Couldn't connect it. Send it out. Loeb has Caldwell all alone. Caldwell backhander up over top of the net. Kansas City will clear. 2-on-2. Waiting for the cavalry into the slot. Can't deflect the pass. Another one comes through. Shot deflected. Into the slot. Another one deflected by Graveman. Graveman coming up with some big saves. Kansas City with an empty net. Caldwell sends it the length of the ice, looking for an empty net. It'll be icing. Lincoln Graveman once again coming up with some great saves to keep the Jets off of the scoreboard. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back in about a minute. Last minute, just under a minute to go in the final frame of this matchup. Kansas City is going to leave their net open. Waterloo just has to control. To the corner. Caldwell sends one down. That one's going to be wide again. Flip it up and let somebody go get it. The rodeo play. Caldwell wins it back. Harn sends it around. Has Rasty. Chips it out. Caldwell is trying to get to it. A little bit of a little more slow rolling, and that one's picked up by Caldwell. If he would have chipped it high off the glass, gave him some time to get to it, but still just over half a minute to go. To Harn. Harn off the glass. Rasty sends it in off of the side. Jagger Rasty might get some grief for that one. Logan Caldwell with a big hit. Shot deflected. That was going to come outside the zone. Mason Harn's going to hold it. Rodeoed up to Caldwell. Caldwell looking for an open net. And that one's blocked. But that's going to do it for Waterloo. And the Jets will split the varsity games this weekend. Lincoln Graveman with, well, I think the MVP of the game coming up with some great big saves to keep Kansas City off of the scoreboard to get a big win today against the Jets. Come back and see us Thursday evening. We'll be up in Mason City playing the Mohawks single game, and then down in Cedar Rapids on Friday. Check us out. I believe 6 and 8 both nights. Thanks.